What's happening? Thank y'all for tuning in. Check out this video. This is going to be the quickest, easiest Oreo dessert you've ever made in your life. Guaranteed to be a crowd favorite. Stay tuned. Hello. So we are about to make this no-bake Oreo pie, cookies and cream pie, or whatever the name is of it. This is going to be for a girls' night. Before I get started, I'm Genesis. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, all of that. Okay, so this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some Oreos. You're gonna need some cream cheese. I have some extra cream cheese from another recipe in the refrigerator that I'm going to use as well. I'm going to add to this recipe. And you need a can of sweetened condensed milk. You can also add some powdered sugar to it as well. I have a pan here. Now I'm using this pan. You don't have to use this pan because the store that I went to didn't have the pans that I was looking for. I like to use 10-inch pie pans, and they only had 8-inch, and 8 is too small. That will make 3 pies. Also, this can make several pies, you guys, this recipe. So your best bet would be to get 2 10-inch pans. Now, if you need multiple pies, you could easily do 3 8-inch pies. But they'll be a little bit like flatter. They won't be as thick. I like mine thick and fluffy. So I'm going to use this instead of making 2 pies since they didn't have what I needed. So yeah, also you need Cool Whip. That's in the refrigerator. I'll show you guys the Cool Whip. Cool Whip. I got two tubs of Cool Whip. I believe it's the 16 ounce that I got. So I got 2 tubs of the 16 ounce. I'm going to be using my mixer here. So yeah, y'all. So I have added the cream cheese in here and the sweetened condensed milk, and I'm just going to mix this up until it's combined and smooth, and all that. And once this is smooth, you guys, that's when you add the powdered sugar, so you can taste it and see if it's sweet enough. Usually it's sweet enough for me, but if it's not sweet enough, you can add, a tablespoon of powdered sugar until it's like to your liking. Okay, so it's mixed up real good. I'm going to scrape the sides to make sure it's all done. Now, I did have some extra cream cheese in the fridge, but I forgot to take it out. Also, I need to add that your cream cheese needs to be room temperature, you guys. It needs to be soft. Otherwise, it won't blend. Okay, see, this is it mixed. I'm just going through, kind of scraping the sides down to make sure. This can also be done with a hand mixer, and it's just like I said, it's easier, it's a better consistency, it's smoother when your cream cheese is room temp, okay, softened. All right, so yeah, so I'm going to scrape this down, stir it up, and mix it for a little bit more, and then go into the next step. Okay, y'all, so I just washed out my pan. Yeah, I'm gonna make the crust, because y'all remember when they used to make the Oreo crust. If they may still make them, but they don't sell them where I live anymore. So I used to just buy the Oreo crust and use those. So hey, so I just have to make them. And bad news, my food processor just crapped out. So I want to have to manually chop them up, unless I want to break out the blender, which I don't think I want to do. I'm kind of already frustrated with the food processor. So I'm just going to manually crush up some Oreos for the crust. Yeah. Okay, so I have the Oreos crushed, and I crushed about 35 Oreos. I don't remember if I told you guys that. I still have a little bit left in here, and I like to leave some behind, but this is perfect. This covers it up perfectly. I also sprayed the pan with some Baker's Joy. So I've melted here about 6 tablespoons of melted butter. Here in the microwave, it's still kind of melting. I don't know if I'm going to use all this. I will post the recipe to the original pie crust in the description box. Like I said earlier, you guys, I'm kind of winging this because I'm using a different pan than what I usually use. So I'm kind of winging it. Not the measurements are going to be altered. So yeah, so I took all the crumbs out. It's very coarse chop, but that might make it better. Also, I just lost train of thought. Okay, so we're going to add the butter here, and I like to mix it up in here in the pan. And sometimes it can happen, you guys. You can add too much butter and it gets too wet, and then you know you got to add some more of the crumbs. So I just like to put it in here and like stir it around, you guys. And this is easy for me to do because then I can see how much is here. And I'm only doing this time because, like I said, I'm doing something differently than what I usually do. So you know, winging it and all of that. So you just add the butter here. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract as well. I'll add it to the remainder of the butter. About a teaspoon of that. All right, so I added 2 more tablespoons of butter, and that is perfect. So you're just going to mash it down. This is kind of the consistency you want. Yours is going to look different, especially if you want yours chopped down a lot more. You know, if you want a finer chop for your Oreos, by all means, please do that. Put your Oreos in a food processor, in a blender, or whatever. I just did not want to go through the trouble of doing that. So you know, when you pat it down, you want it to stick together. Okay, see how it's sticking together. It's a little loose on the ends, but it's not a big deal to me anyway. So when I pat down on it, it's sticking together. You see that? It's not crumbling up. See what I'm saying? So that's what you want. And of course, if it's too wet, it'll move. When you do this, it'll move with it. Move with the spoon, if that makes sense, like in a gooey type way. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. But yeah, you're gonna actually bake this at 300 degrees for about 10 minutes, you guys. So I'm getting the crust done out the way before I finish making the filling, because the crust is going to have to completely cool before it's added. Okay, so pat it down in there. Like I said, it's a little dry on the ends, but it'll mellow out and even out as it sits. Okay. Okay, the oven is at 350. We're gonna put the timer on for 10 minutes, and then we'll check it and see what's going on. We're going to finish working on the filling now. Okay, so here's the crust, you guys. It turned out amazing. It turned out really good. I'm liking it. I'm loving the texture of it. All of it did kind of form together, even though it seemed like it wouldn't. Again, you guys, I'm kind of winging this. So yes, yeah, I love how it turned out. And it smelled amazing. Okay, so here I have about 20 Oreos. I'm going to really, like coarsely chop or crunch together or whatever, y'all, because I'm using my hands for this. Here's my mixture, and it turned out beautifully, y'all. Like, it turned out so good. So this is the consistency you want. Now, if your cream cheese is soft enough, it'll blend just like this. You see how there's no lumps, clumps, none of that in there. Sometimes you will have that, okay, and it's not a bad thing, okay? It's not terrible. It just simply means the cream cheese may not have been soft enough, okay? So if that happens, it happens. It's not going to change the taste of it or anything, but I'm just happy how this turned out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some of these Oreos to this mixture, and I'm going to fold that in. I'm going to fold a few of them in because I like to have the pie to be a certain color, and I want it to be a very cookies and creamy type of color. Okay, so I'll show you guys. Okay, so this is what I have. This is about a cup of like really big pieces, you guys. As you can see, these pieces aren't like cut down at all. Okay, that's how I like it. I like mine to be kind of chunky. I like the pieces to be like really down through there. Now this part will break down. These will break down a lot as you're stirring it. But when you fold in some more, those will kind of hold shape a little bit better. So once the Cool Whip and stuff is in there. So all right, here's my Cool Whip, baby. So I have two of the 8-ounce tubs, and I more than likely use both of these. One of these I'm going to fold into here, maybe 1.5. I'm going to fold in. I'll tell you guys, the more you can like extend the Cool Whip that you use to make more of the mixture. Like this recipe is so versatile. You can add different cookies, candy, anything really that you want to add to it. You know, peanut butter, caramel, Whatever works, y'all. This recipe is super, super versatile. Okay, so I want to put this in here. Again, I work with one hand because I am recording on my phone. So we put that in. And then what I mean as far as fold, you don't want to stir it, you guys. You don't want to put this in here and stir it, okay? You want to be gentle with this, and you want to fold it in like that, okay? Fold it in until it's combined, because stirring it will make it flat. It'll make your pie flat, and you want to keep your pie nice and fluffy. So this is what I mean as far as stirring it in. No, you're not just stirring it up like this and mixing it, beating it, because you know you're going to have a flat mess. It won't set up when it gets cold. Trust me, I've done it before. Okay, when I first made this pie, y'all, it was a long time ago. I was probably like 17 at the time, and I put the Cool Whip in there, and I was just stirring it up like that, and then it never set in the fridge. I put it in the fridge and it never set. It was just like a gooey mess the entire time. So you want to just fold it in, you guys. Fold it like that, like that, like that. Fold it in until it's all combined. Okay, so I have added a piece of the second tub in here, and before I fold this in, I'm going to add Oreos, okay, because I want to add Oreos to this portion, and I want to add a whole lot more this time, and continue to fold them in. Okay, so this is the rest of the Oreos here that I've added, and then I have to see if I want to add more. That's why I actually got two. I didn't tell you how many I got. I got two of the family size, but this is going to make a lot of pies. And the reason why I got this much, you guys, is because I had to make the crust. Now, back in the Gap, when they used to make the Oreo crust, I only needed one of these. But since now I have to make the crust, I get two, okay, because one pretty much goes towards the crusts. Okay, so especially if you're making multiple pies, you'll need one whole pack just for crust alone. All right, so I'm folding this in, and then I like to look at the color and see. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need some more. I like to kind of look at the color and see how it's looking, how many cookies and stuff in there. Like I said, I like a lot. You know, the people that I make it for like a lot. And you see how it's still sticking together? Like it's still very fluffy and light. And look at that. It's still very whipped. That's what you want, okay? If you lift it up and it's very limp and it's like falling off the spoon and everything like that, then it's more than likely over mixed. And what you can do with that is sometimes adding more Cool Whip will help it if that does happen. So you may have to just get another tub of Cool Whip. Okay, more Oreos I've added. Okay, and this is about how much. And then I didn't count them, but I've used like two sleeves so far with this. Okay, and this might do it, y'all. Like I said, I like mine chopped very big. Like, see how big those pieces are? I like it very big. Okay, so I opened up the blind so you guys can kind of see. Like, this is the color of it. You see it has like a little bit of that brown tint, and you see the cookie pieces and stuff through there. I feel like this is the look that I'm going for, you guys. Look, when you pick it up, there's chunks in there. Yes, this is the look that I'm going for. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to the pie crust, and I'm going to crush up some more Oreos to go on the top, and we are done, baby. All right, y'all, so the crust has cooled. I actually went and had a nail appointment, so the crust cooled for quite some time while I was at my nail appointment. See, I've gotten everything out of the bowl, and I put it in here on top of the crust. So I'm going to spread some more Cool Whip on the top of this, and then top it with some more Oreos. So this is it, y'all. It turned out so good. Well, we'll know when we taste it, okay? And I'll try to get a shot or get a video once we cut into it. But thank you guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you can get notified when I post. But yeah, there it is, y'all. Thank you for watching. Bye.